had drugs involved in their lives as well. So drug dealers, to lawmakers, to scientists, to the families of people who've lost their lives to drugs. And the point of that is that I want to speak to these people and learn their story, learn how drugs have affected their lives, to try and get a better understanding of drug culture. So to kick things off, we're going to be talking to people about the subject of legalisation. Right? The legalisation of drugs is a topic you can't avoid. Whenever you try and speak to anyone about drugs, it's one of the first things that comes up. Personally, I don't really have an opinion on legalisation. I mean, the legality of drugs has never really put me off. I mean, me and my mates have been taking drugs for years and we've never really worried about it.
Yeah, to be honest, I've never really thought about it. It's not really on my radar. I think it's like, yeah, do what you want. I'm sure that'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'll go along with it.
Yeah.
If everyone's doing it though and you can make a positive on it, why not do it? I think legalise weed and then pay for the NHS with that, and then you can control it. People aren't going to smoke it any more than they would have anyway, and if they do, it's better because it's monitored. It's not going to happen unless like someone really like left and liberal gets into power, which isn't going to happen for a long time.
All right, Boris. So me and my mates don't really know what we're talking about, so I wanted to go and speak to someone who does, right? Someone who's done a bit of research on the topic. So what I did, I went and spoke to a friend of mine. He's another comedian. He actually did a show about legalisation at the Edinburgh Fringe a couple of years ago. So we're kicking things off with Mr. Jack Barry. In 2017, I saw you walking around Edinburgh wearing a suit which had cannabis leaves on it.
The weed suit.
The weed
yeah,
suit.
Yeah.
How did that work?
It went down pretty well. Yeah, I think it worked as a promotional tool. Lots of people thought I was dealing. I would have had to be like the ballsiest drug dealer in Edinburgh, just like hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. I did actually have audience members coming up to me afterwards, like, say something about the show and then go, by the way, are you selling?
I had that too.
Did you?
Like that was my merchandise. Like, I thought that's what I should have had, like little baggies with my face on. Like, thanks for coming to see the show. And then, people later on would be doing a key out of their bag and they'd be like, who's that on the bag? And they'd be like, that's Jack Barry, you got to see his show. I had a great month doing it, but it definitely felt a bit like I was just a couple of years too early doing a show about drugs.
Really? What do you mean?
We're still a bit weird about drugs in this country. Like, even in like the States, like, obviously they're starting to legalise recreational weed in like lots of states now. In this country, I still think we're a bit like uptight about like drug taking. Yeah. Even though so many people do it publicly, I think people are still a bit weird about it.
Did you get anyone who openly like criticised the content of it?
Not like during the show, but like in the street I found like flyering for it. I'd be like, come see my show, it's all about why drugs should be legal. And then people would be like, oh, you're a stoner, like it's some kind of slur.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that now people are talking about it a bit more. That's my main thing.
Do you think like in the last few years there has been a change in like public perception towards it?
I think so, slowly. I mean, obviously there's been like the relaxing on like the medicinal marijuana laws in the last couple of years. And so now I think maybe we're sort of slowly starting to look at it a bit more. Yeah. But I still think we're a long way off any sort of like real serious even discussion about it. Yeah. About like, how prohibition and banning drugs makes it more dangerous for everybody, and just as a policy doesn't work. Banning things doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean there's been obviously like a slight shift in terms of certain states. For America legalising cannabis. Portugal, is it just cannabis in Portugal? Is it everything?
In Portugal everything is decriminalised, but it's not legal to sell it or buy it.
Right, okay.
They won't arrest you, they won't throw you in prison, but they will recommend that you go to like Narcotics Anonymous or like counselling. And so basically they've poured all the money that they've spent on trying to catch people who are using drugs, they've spent it on like rehabilitation and stuff like that. And in the 10 years since they've been doing that, the drug deaths in Portugal have halved. And so that's what I find baffling, is like a lot of these drug laws, they're not wild speculation. And like you said before about where the money's going, we make a lot of money from taxing alcohol. Cocaine currently costs the health system stuff anyway, like drugs, illegal drugs. People are still having to go to counselling. We're imprisoning people. They're having to go to the NHS because they're addicted or because they've overdosed or whatever. So we're paying the costs for drugs, but we're not getting any of the tax benefits. Yeah. Every time I smoke a joint, I think that could build a hospital. I think, I'll do a line of coke and I think that could build a school. If we were taxing it and spending the money, instead of it going to the gangs, we could be making money from it. And the politicians are like, there's no such thing as a magic money tree. Yes, there is. It's a weed plant. It literally grows money. Like in Colorado, they made $1 billion in the first year of legalization of just tax. It's there already. Like people are already smoking weed in this country, but we're just saying no to the tax money.